are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
We are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port live at the Horseshoe Cafe.
Let's freaking
it's
go.
It's Barnes, it's Tony, it's Matthew, dude. It's Michael, it's Renee.
That's right.
Jeff on the other
what
side
is
of
up,
the bar.
dude? Let's go.
How you fellas doing?
I am doing phenomenal, man. You know, a bit of a pickle here with the Mets as we're watching them live right now, but still nonetheless a marathon.
One out, full count, the pitch.
Oh my God! No fucking way!
Wow. And once again, the Mets
Santos ties it up, baby. Let's go.
Tying up the game. That one seemed to have just gotten out.
What an intro to the show.
Mets fans are going crazy. 197 feet. Oh my goodness.
What are the words, Tony?
Oh my God, dude. That's all I gotta say.
Wow. Michael, we talked about that actually.
Yeah.
Michael was saying, you know, the oh my God, Tony.
That's fucking wild, dude.
He's not a fan of it.
I don't like it. That's all right, dude. I wouldn't expect him to be.
Like, why?
44 comeback wins, tied for the most in the MLB.
And
a lot of comeback
Marco says, "Go Mets,
Absolutely
big brother and
ridiculous.
small brother." And we have one out now. And this is
Tie
Nimmo up, tie game, top 9. Nimmo fouls it off here.
Wow.
Always
That
is
is just
crazy
ridiculous.
the mix of you know, a football Sunday and playoff baseball this time of year.
That was a crazy fastball right high in the zone, dude. That Vientos
And
muscled it.
Nimmo hits one, but that is an out.
Oh,
so it's going
my
to be
gosh,
2 away
dude.
here. The Phils
Couple of
will
hard
look
hit
to
balls here.
retire one more Met here to have a chance to walk it off in the bottom of the 9th. Unbelievable, though. It seems like every game recently, the Mets have been coming back here.
Dude, yeah, they come back
dramatic
late,
home
too.
runs.
Crazy.
Yeah. You almost don't even know what to say.
No, it's crazy. No, Tony, like was saying, they come back and everything. It's just,
Looks like they're going to make a pitching change here, so we go to commercial.
I mean, it's been some of the most ridiculous baseball I've ever seen the Mets play. Out of the Braves, and they played Saturday, Sunday, Monday,
Smith
Tuesday,
and
literally,
Jigba touchdown.
Kind of crazy, dude. And then again, like you're saying, there's so many like situations. Alonso's home run, like Lindor, like him getting like from last night, like
It's
them
always
pouring
late,
on runs,
too,
dude. It's
dude.
always like 2 strikes or 2 out RBIs, something like that, dude. And yeah, like you said, it's late in the game as well. 6th, 7th inning, dude.
And we have a live
crazy,
comment.
dude.
Kev Dew says we are the comeback kids, and I'm guessing that means
Let's
that
go.
he's back home.
Yes.
Had a great day today at
What
the
a day,
studio. The DTV TCA watch party for the Jets. It's a football Sunday. The grill out, throwing the ball around. But just a great time, and definitely shout out to everybody who came out and really loved spending the day with everybody.
Yeah, man, so much
out.
fun, dude. It's such an honor, honestly, to host those guys. And I mean, like you said, for them to come out here, travel, like some people have some pretty lengthy
couple hour rides
commutes,
home,
dude. Yeah, man. So to come out here
traffic
just
on a Sunday
to enjoy each other's company, and watch some football and some sports and to shoot the shit, dude. It's
always
I mean, what more can you ask
always
for,
a beautiful
dude?
time, dude.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, always a
Yeah.
beautiful time. And there's just so much to talk about right now as we have some 4:00 games winding down here. And I think today has been an interesting day in the NFL.
Oh yeah, dude.
Definitely some surprising results. Some stuff that you definitely saw coming at the same time. And right now we do have an upset brewing here. The Cardinals lead by 1 here. It looks like 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line in their game against the Niners, but that would be a major upset. Cards coming to this game only 1 and 3.
Yikes.
But looking at the numbers here, Brock Purdy, not his best outing, 16 incompletions. As it looks like they may be on the verge of an upset here. San Francisco is out of timeouts, so it looks like that'll do it in Santa Clara.
Crazy.
Record temperatures 97 degrees today.
Really?
I mean, we've seen the Niners, they've had some injuries, but then they've gotten guys back as well. Just waiting on McCaffrey.
Yeah, Debo's back,
but
Kittle's back.
Do you guys think, that this is, they're going to be 2 and 3 now? Anything for them to worry about? Is it an indictment on them, or do you think it's just been an uneven start, but at the end of the day, they're going to be where we expect them to be?
I think that they will be as we retire the 8th here.
No, I think
ninth.
it's the bottom of it's now the bottom.
Yeah, we'll head to the bottom of the ninth here.
But yeah, dude, I think the Niners, it is an interesting case for them this year with the injuries. But like you said, they have been, Debo's back, but McCaffrey's still huge piece. The team. Even
Jordan Mason though has filled in admirably.
Oh yeah, of course, dude. And if you really look at,
undrafted.
if you look at Brock Purdy's numbers as a quarterback, I mean, he's got pretty solid stats this year. So I don't think there's going to be necessarily lack of production because of him, but I think it is just because of that rough start, not starting with the the team maybe you went through obviously the offseason with, had the chemistry with, had to adjust that way, and then still slowly getting them teetering back. And then I guess you could say Cards too. I guess Kyle Murray was playing well, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. But that was definitely something that a lot of people did not have on their picks for this week. And I just saw a graphic on the Giants game, and the Giants, looking to run out the clock here and upset the Seahawks. But it was the first Arizona win over San Francisco in 3 years. So definitely a big win for Jonathan Gannon and co. And we have to start with, though, I mean, obviously there's a lot of exciting finishes, and this one was somewhat exciting but definitely disappointing. The Jets going down, we all watched it together this morning. 23-17. Aaron Rodgers, 3 interceptions to go along with 25 incompletions. Had a chance late to win it. Looking for Mike Williams, back shoulder throw, gets intercepted. Jets find themselves 2-3 after the tough loss, against Denver last week. Rodgers, I guess they said too, has a a low grade ankle sprain? Is that how they defined it? Things not looking great right now for Gang Green.
And then Quincy Williams, I think it was after the game,
shaking
really ripped it. Ripped everybody. He just said there's
really?
Accountability, top to bottom, and everybody. He said everybody's tired of hearing the same thing every week. It's so that tells me honestly that Saleh is just a terrible coach.
It does tell me that, but it's also but where's the leadership of the team then? Someone's got to
He said he's got to be more of a leader.
Dude.
I mentioned
there's a clip from it's a SNY post game.
Oh no shit, dude.
Yeah,
and I mentioned this off air. I have an idea.
Off air.
Before we get to my idea, I want to just bring in Michael here for a second. If it was up to you right now, obviously this is a disappointing start. Any move you would make, whether it's with coaching or just guys in the lineup, what would you do right now if it was up to you to turn this around for the Jets?
It's a great question.
It's tough because you don't know whose fault it is.
I know. But I feel like Rodgers and Saleh definitely not on the same page. They definitely don't like each other.
Yeah, something's going on there.
Yeah,
Rodgers probably doesn't like Saleh. That's what.
So they got to pick,
No, they definitely don't like each other. No way.
But I mean, you wouldn't just say fire Saleh right now.
Yeah, I would.
I want to.
Yeah, I really would. Dude.
Yeah, because I was gonna say I think we were talking about before. Let's get Ulbrich jacked up.
Who do you?
I think just a fresh voice.
Yeah, dude, fresh voice. Fresh
I think they're tired of Saleh in his motivational stuff.
I know.
Like just
the
broken promises.
100%.
Broken promises, dude.
Yeah. Austin Hayes, but that looks like it's a that's a foul ball. Tony, I think, thought it was a home run off the bat.
No, I knew right away.
No, but did you see that?
For a hot second,
I thought it might have been.
By the way,
I thought it might have been too.
Still shy.
Yeah, dude.
Yankee Stadium last night.
Yes.
Right.
What a night for the Yanks. picking up that game one
You're live
victory
right now.
against the Royals.
That was crazy
That's
crazy
right.
intro to the show.
A relentless,
Best intro ever.
a relentless game
Anything
too
ever.
for them. Falling behind 3 times after taking the lead and just finding a way.
Can't give up.
The atmosphere was unbelievable. The crowd on their feet most of the game. All the big outs, big moments, and had some clutch hits. And who would have thought though Verdugo started the show? That was unbelievable.
Any fights? Royals fans presence?
So people were actually taking seats out in the 100 section.
Really?
I guess security. I mean, I think you would get a lifetime ban ripping a seat out of Yankee Stadium. But we were saying like that really pissed us off. Like, what are you doing? Like, this isn't like a jungle.
Seats?
Yeah,
jungle.
The Kansas City people?
No, I guess they were Yankee
just
fans.
Wow.
That's what they were saying. Isn't that insane?
That is insane, dude.
Damn,
That's a poor showing right there, dude. What do you?
Wow, as McGill gets the strikeout. Austin Hayes, if he was a left-handed batter, that would have been behind him.
Yeah, I don't know what he was
striking out on
swinging
that
at.
one.
What an idiot, dude. Little split finger.
Terrible pitch.
Oh.
Anyway.
And on another screen here, Seattle going to get the ball back. 151,
Wow.
so a chance to win with a touchdown or get a field goal here to send this to OT.
I gotta say, by the way, for Mendoza, I love how he does not hesitate to put a starting pitcher in a relieving.
Yeah, he's
or
been
closing
mixing and
role,
matching.
dude.
Yeah.
Like I love that, dude.
That's what you got to do.
Kyle
That's what
Schwarber
you gotta
taking
do
a
whatever
cutter.
it takes.
Whatever it takes, every game, dude.
High.
Every game you have to win, dude.
Yeah, that's it. Dude, and I think Boone showed a little bit of that too last night. Letting Cole go back out.
Yes.
Pulling Canely right away, dude.
Putting Holmes in when we all didn't think it was a good idea.
Yeah. And it ended up being the right move.
Schwarber looks like that is going to be a fly out. Lindor runs into Nimmo.
That's Vientos.
Oh, that is Vientos. Makes the play.
Wow.
Nimmo seems a little gimp on that one. I think he got a little shook up there.
Little gimp.
But he's actually still down. I
He's
think we're
hurt.
going to get a trainer
No,
out
he'll be fine,
here.
dude. He's so
I
shaken
think
up,
the
dude.
trainer is coming
He's
out.
faking
Harrison
it.
Bader
He's
taking
fine.
a look next to him.
He's so soft.
They're
He's
calling
not the trainer,
Mendoza
dude.
trotting out, trainer behind him.
Mendoza could barely run.
Where do you see the
Dude, I
trainer?
thought that was in slow motion, Mike.
Yeah, he looks bad, dude.
We got hit in the D.
He got hit in the nuts, I
He did.
think, dude. Fucking Vientos, dude.
Geno Smith taking off. Wow, Geno Smith with probably a 35-yard run.
the hell, Jeff?
Seattle already in field goal range here.
Jeff's in rough shape.
And definitely
behind the ball, by the way.
looking to score a touchdown here and win this game.
I mean, what do you think? I mean, obviously, like I didn't see much communication right there. But,
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand how that stuff happens though.
I mean-
because you practice it so many times.
Yeah,
you
literally.
call it. You
And it's
call
also
it
like-
loud, and you make a decision. You don't linger.
and it's like
Right.
Nimmo being one who can come in on the ball rather than go backwards. Like should be having the catch, dude. Like,
Trey Turner up to bat.
it's a big at bat here for Trey
look
Turner.
to take one out or get on to give Bryce Harper a chance to win it.
Oh,
Hold it.
1-0 here on Trey Turner.
really pulled that one.
2 for 4 today with 2 stolen bases.
He's had some great production since he's been back from injury. I think
Trey
a couple
Turner?
months ago. Yeah, a few months ago. What the fuck is that,
ball
McGill?
Down and away, 2-0 here. McGill up to 18 pitches here.
Clearly
Did he take
trying to get him.
He
Trey
take
Turner, that
Chase.
is, to
Yeah. Chase.
Chase, yeah. But
I mean, I don't think he's going to chase here on 2-0.
I don't. There's no way.
No.
So you should throw high
Probably
heat,
just gonna take.
high heat, dude, up in the zone.
Wow.
And he
ball
takes
low.
ball 3 here. McGill 1 ball away from giving Bryce Harper
Does he
a
just
chance
not
here.
want to bat to these two guys? Like, is he just trying to bat around him,
Pitching around him.
pitching around him, dude? That's what I said.
He's scared.
McGill.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be smart, honestly.
I don't think that was a strike either.
'Cause there's 2 outs. Why not let these 2 get on base, get the 3rd out, and then you're not facing top of the lineup, dude.
It's over.
That's
If
true.
that happened.
You're over. Oh,
Oh,
dude.
Seattle looking for Lockett in the end zone. 3rd and 4 here.
McGill dishes
They
one.
are
Let's
in
go,
field goal
baby.
range. Trey Turner swinging through a cutter here. So 3 and 2, 2 outs.
Started out 3-0, Now we're back in it, baby. That big smile on his face right now.
Big smile, but he walks straight Turner to bring up Bryce Harper here. 1 on, 2 outs.
All right, like, why are you smiling?
Yeah, right. That was
like,
ridiculous.
why?
Why would you do that?
What?
Why is he smiling?
Smith and Jigba dropping a third down pass here. Looks like McGill is going to get the hook. Is Ottavino coming in?
Is it a call to the pen? I don't think so.
Or no, they're just going over strategy here.
Yeah.
Wow. What do you think?
What do you think they're going to do?
To you, Tony? I mean, would you leave McGill for Harper? Or?
Yeah, no, I would. Absolutely.
Isn't he in some like big like homerless drought streak or something?
Bryce Harper?
Yeah.
He just had one today.
Oh, he hit one earlier. Okay. Jason Myers' field goal is blocking. It looks like the Giants
are going
to win this football game, returning it for a touchdown.
Wow.
Unbelievable sequence of events here.
Wow,
the New York Giants about to take a 10-point lead pending the extra point. Minute left. Dude. Shocking.
That's
the Seattle faithful.
Could not handle
Dave Rothenberg's pump.
Wow, dude.
Should have picked the Giants, dude.
Unbelievable.
I know, right? Quit the fudge.
All right, here he goes. This is a moment. High school phenom. Everything he ever wanted. This is the moment.
I mean, he kind of needs to go on big here.
Here is against the Mets.
You would think a well-placed single might score Turner. He can fly.
And I would, you know, he's running too with 2 outs. So
ball 1, not even close.
I don't know why McGill loves like hammering that side of the plate here.
McGill, I mean, is he a little nervous here? Potentially?
Perhaps, dude. I don't know.
Definitely, he's nervous.
McGill
doesn't look nervous.
Here he goes.
Richard, what are you doing, Richard?
Come on, Richard. I mean, what are you doing?
Oh fuck!
It's a
Bryce comes through.
Oh,
ball.
That's fucking wild. Holy shit, dude.
Wow, dude.
That was wild, dude. Just fouled, dude. Holy
Jeff's pumped.
Shit.
He's just smiling now, Tony.
Holy shit, dude. Yeah, now he's excited. Dude. I mean, that definitely would have scored Turner, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Turner was probably around second base already by the time that ball landed.
Yeah. I would
easily,
think so.
dude. Yeah. Like, you fucking kidding me? Slider 81. Can we throw a fucking fastball, McGill? Like, what are we doing, dude?
No.
He's trying to throw all these off-speed breaking balls, dude.
Yeah, he's going cutters.
Like, come on, dude. Throw a fastball.
He is scared.
Low here with the splitter. 2-1. So
he
Harper
wants Tony
in position
to
here,
cry.
looking to drive one.
Bryce.
Yeah, this is fucking schmuck swing. Oh,
Fouls one off, evening up the count at 2-2.
Here we go. We're in business.
McGill about to deliver his 27th pitch here. 2-2, 2 outs, bottom 9, tie game.
He wants, dude. Let's go.
2-2-2.
Just throw a fastball up in the zone, please. I'm telling you.
Just throw.
Just throw, dude.
Just throw a fastball.
Just throw it, dude.
Just throw a fastball. Throw it so he can
27 pitch this inning. McGill.
Oh, Harper staying alive, chasing.
Just got that.
Low cutter.
Yeah, dude. I don't think that was going to be in the zone, to be honest.
No, I don't
think that would be behind a right-handed batter.
Outside.
Yeah. You love saying that.
Well, just to give you the.
I don't know if they would be behind the right-handed batter.
I mean, I wish I could say my excuse was listening to Bob Costas on the broadcast last night, but unfortunately, I missed that puppy.
Oh, you. Here's the
Harper
fastball.
Taking a 98-mile-an-hour fastball.
He's got to fucking locate it.
High cheese. So going to be 3-2. Turner will be running on this pitch.
Yeah, I'm telling you, if that was in the zone, high in the zone, he would have swung and it would have been fucking out.
Jeff is outside the bar. Jeff is outside the bar.
Fish out of water.
Jeff is happy the Giants won, baby.
Yeah, let's go, dude. Oh, if only
There we
the Mets
go,
coming
Jeff.
now. Let's go, Mets.
Tony's chest just broke.
Jeff's happy.
You can't handle
McGill
it.
checks the runner,
He checks it. He sucks.
lines, and deals.
Ball four.
Ball 4. So we're going to have 2 on here with 2 out.
Castellanos
You would
coming up.
think Castellanos coming up, and you would think a single is an automatic run and game over. for the Phillies. Former Yankee bench coach Robbie
Oh,
Thompson
three
is
strikes.
looking
Such a
on.
shithead, dude.
What I don't understand. Like that's the situation right now. Is it not? Like Tony, anything?
Oh yeah, dude.
They just got good.
Nick Castellanos. He's all right. He homered in this game.
I know.
Did anything of his historical significance happen today? Because usually,
normally that does happen.
yeah.
But none that I know of.
As he
Let's go,
swings
baby.
through a cutter, chasing one
Mets
on the outer
fans
portion
getting ahead of
the plate.
themselves
That's right,
already.
dude.
Yep.
I mean,
as usual, one strike, everyone's clapping,
I mean, that,
cheering.
because again, if you're watching these pitches, that was probably the first time in the last 15 pitches he located that
Oh,
pitch
sure.
correctly, dude.
Okay.
So you imagine if he just does it again here, it'd be strike 2.
Wow.
Wow.
Fouling off the 97-mile-an-hour fastball in really seems like he probably swung at 2 balls there.
I'm telling you right now, I mean, I think McGill is clearly pitching differently to Castellanos, so
He seems to be pitching more aggressively.
definitely more aggressively. I mean, again, located that first cutter, got ahead in the count, right?
Matt
And
Ryan
then
in the
he,
comments, hilarious.
throws that slider high
Off you run.
inside. Oh my god!
Ball
dude.
1 here.
Like, I mean, look at where Alvarez is lining up,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Like, what are we doing? Like, you just put him away right there, dude. Get out of there.
Looks back the pitch.
Oh, that's the
And
game.
that
Base
is the
hit in the
ball
corner. They
game.
know it. Everybody knows it. Everybody's
Nick
cheering in Philly.
Castellanos
Everybody's
walking
saying,
it
"What
off.
magic with the Mets? Not today, baby."
And, hitting that home run to tie the game, but unfortunately for the Mets, not able to hold the Phillies at bay here as we have a 1-1 series here in the National League Division Series as they head to New York.
Yeah, dude, definitely a little tough sight to see for the Mets. But hey, I mean, you're leaving Citizens Bank Park with the series at 1-1. So you're pretty fucking excited about that, dude. That's for sure. You know.
Anything to question here with Mendoza? I mean, he seemed like he was considering taking McGill out.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I mean, I guess that is kind of tough. I mean, again, McGill starter, so I mean, pitch count isn't really an issue for me, but I mean, it just seemed to me like he just never located any of his pitches properly at all. So I don't know. If I was Mendoza, I probably would have pulled him after he walked Harper. But I mean, it's tough, dude. I mean, who do you have in the pen? And then again, like, you're gonna bring someone out with 2 outs and Harper and Trey Turner on base and Nick Castellanos up at the plate.
Well, I guess
like,
I was just thinking more so once he walked Harper. Just because he walked Turner.
No, yeah.
So it's like 2 walks in a row.
I mean, no, I don't think I would have pulled him after he walked Harper.
Yeah.
Why, you thought you would have?
Well, just because, like I said,
Right.
walks are concerning, and again, always the theme with the walks.
Yeah, no, I mean there always is. If you're gonna look here at this pitch, just like fucking over the middle, huh?
You said you wanted one down the middle. Location, you said location
When did I say that, Michael?
earlier.
Good one, dude.
But what a really crazy first 2 games here. The Mets with the big 6-run inning yesterday, tying the game in the 9th today, but the Phillies evening up on the walk-off. Seems like something that's destined to go 5.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, again, these 2 teams obviously see a lot of each other, huge divisional rivals, historical franchises. And not for nothing, I mean, the Phillies have had some
I don't know.
trouble
I think
recently.
momentum shift here.
I mean, you could think that, but I mean, at the end of the day, dude, like the Mets were bound to lose one.
Really? I mean, that's the way Mets fans have been talking.
No, I mean, I think so. When you think of the outrageous schedule they've been put through, travel days, when's the last time they've been even back in Citi Field? They're gonna be so riled to have an off day and then be back home. I mean, I don't think it'll be that momentum shifting. You know?
I don't know. This looks crazy.
I mean, they haven't had people root for them in like 10 days. Like, what are you talking about?
I mean, 10 years?
It's kind of crazy, Tony, that I think about it. Like,
Yeah, their
going back
schedule's
to-
outrageous, dude, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's so crazy.
But it's crazy too. I could be wrong, but I would say in the last month, I feel like this is the first time where they've done what they did, hitting that homer in the 9th, and then not finished.
Right?
I can't think.
I mean, they had the most comeback victories
Yeah.
in the MLB, over the course of the regular season. So, and a lot of them coming since July. So, again, obviously other teams are out to have good moments, dude. It's the Philadelphia Phillies, one of the best teams in the league. So, I mean, they're bound to win a couple.
And pitching matchup Tuesday?
It's a great question. I would imagine with the
no way it's a Walker spot, right?
No, I don't think so.
Probably Ranger Suarez.
Yeah, I would think so. Let's see. Aaron Nola, dude. That's right. I did know that.
Aaron Nola versus
Sean Manaea.
Sean Manaea. Okay.
Yeah, dude.
What time is that game on Tuesday?
5:08.
Interesting.
I know, very weird. Again, the fucking times.
No, because you know what they're doing? It's AL and NL are separate days now.
Yeah, I know, which is also ridiculous. That's why they were off today.
Yeah.
Which is
speaking of
also
off
crazy,
today.
Dude.
I mean, do you think it I feel like it ended up working out in our favor just because kind of a longer game yesterday, bullpen and stuff, but kind of odd having an off day when you're at home.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous
because there's going to be another off day
to go to
after
Kansas
tomorrow.
City. Yeah. No, kind of crazy. And I get that is weird how that worked out like that. I don't know.
I don't know why the quirks of the schedule, dude.
We could have played today too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
dude.
but don't you kind of think it worked in our favor though, just because of the bullpen usage? Because I feel like pretty
much
much
it's always have an off day.
Everybody's available. But you know how sometimes it would be let's say for instance yesterday, instead of Cole laboring through 5, he goes 7, you use a mop-up guy,
right?
And it's a 2-hour and 10-minute game.
Oh yeah.
Then I feel like you would want to just play another one and then have the off day.
Yeah.
Keep the rhythm going. Yeah.
Wow, that was a huge.
Was that a
turnover
fourth down
on downs here?
So it looks like
Williams
the
coming
Green
up
Bay
with a
Packers
great defensive play.
Are going to move to 3-2, a gutsy 24-19 win.
Oh my God, Sean McVay
on the road in Los
perplexed.
Angeles. Jordan Love winning his first start of the year had lost his previous 2 starts. Had been injured for 2 games. And Malik Willis started QB for their 2 wins.
Yeah, you gotta love that. Love Jordan Love, no pun intended. Youthful dynamite here. We get another look at this play. Believe they're crying interference, but that was all clean, brother.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
And that was one of our picks. So we
Green
just
Bay?
need the Chiefs to cover and
Tomorrow.
Then we'll go 2-1.
Let's fucking go,
Giants
dude.
Screwed us.
The Giants would do that, I guess. Fuck. Remember the TCA picks? I have them down in my notebook, but my notebook's over there.
Yeah, we'll have to double check it in the personal.
Yeah, dude. But what a great defensive stop here by the Packers, dude. That's pretty huge. Now the Rams at this point will be falling to 1-4, dude, which is obviously not great, dude.
Yeah, I mean it's just it seems like it will take a hope and a prayer for them to be competitive this season.
Yeah, I mean they got to catch up to the 49ers, and the Seahawks, barring today, have been having a good year. So I mean it does seem like the NFC West may get away from them, dude, at this pace, which is a shame because I feel like they're so inconsistent in terms of their years.
Yeah.
Right. Because they're either really good or really bad, piss poor. I feel.
Yeah. No, it is odd, and I don't know. Since that Super Bowl, there just has been no consistency.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Yeah.
Definitely not the same.
Kind of pisses me off.
And we were kind of talking about before, and then we're talking about this game. So before we get back to football, just game 1 yesterday, the 6-5 victory. Really just a crazy game. And especially, I mentioned what was really important about walking. I was looking at the box score here.
Dude,
8 walks. And who else but Gleyber Torres? Not only did he have that 2-run homer there in the second, but he drew 2 walks himself. It's unbelievable what he's done at the top of the lineup. And then speaking of the top of the lineup, Juan Soto, 3 for 5. That double there off of Michael Waka early on was big. It seemed like, he got every time he was up, it was a key situation. He came through. Verdugo, 2 for 3 with a walk as well. And then Austin Wells had 2 walks, and then that blue pit was unbelievable late in the game. Kind of crazy. 2 guys that have been struggling in Verdugo and Wells getting the biggest hits of the night.
I knew going into yesterday, dude. I was pumped about Verdugo, dude, because I was just thinking about him in the playoffs, what he's done. and I was hoping that he would wake up to that, and he did yesterday.
Yeah.
So that's what we need.
And so I was happy with the offense overall, and obviously Judge and Stanton didn't do anything, but you would expect them to pick it up next game. But one thing that really surprised me was Cole. I didn't think he was gonna be, I don't know, I guess that worked up and just I'm guessing that's what it is. Like he was overexcited for this one.
Yeah, it looked like it. And I'm telling you, with the time off in between, all that time, he doesn't do well with that.
Yeah.
So just get back into rhythm. He's a rhythm guy, dude. We know that. You know what I mean? He really is. So, here we go. And great win. Grinded it out. Patience at the plate, dude. I always say it.
Yeah.
You got to walk. You got to, get men on base, dude, this time of year. That's it. Need men on base. Like, no matter how you do it, you got to have them on there. Manufacture the runs. And that's how you got to do it.
100%. 100%. And I think, Verdugo has shown more patience in recent, weeks.
Definitely.
And Glaber the last couple
it really was
months.
Nice to see the walks, dude. I was very pleased with that.
And two guys that I would like to see more patient, and I think it would make a big, impact in the lineup are, Jazz and Stanton. It seems like it's just so aggressive, all out, need to try to hit a home run. Like it just predetermining swings.
Yeah,
you can't do
definitely.
that.
And I think
Jazz got to shorten up the swing, dude.
dude,
and put it in play, dude. And get on. It's just you got to be on base for us. So you're fast.
Exactly,
fast.
dude. I mean, him trying to hit home runs, forcing it. I mean, it's not good at all, especially coming from him. It's one thing if Stanton's doing it, because he's not really running around the bags. But with Jazz, he's someone who, I mean, dude, like his first game as a Yankee, right? He gets on base, he steals second and third, like immediately. Like what do we? Like, we got to keep doing that every time. As now we're playing some Jets highlights, dude.
Great, dude.
I really had a lot of hope for them today, to be honest, dude. Especially with the way that it seemed like Rogers and Wilson were starting to get a connection sort of deal. But goddamn, dude, the London, the turnaround.
I don't know, and I hate
his Huega hat
to be like this. But it just feels like, I don't know. I just have this feeling in my stomach where this season, like, I almost think we're not gonna make the playoffs.
Jets?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean, that sounds like it could be kind of a stretch.
But I think just fire Saleh now. Like, shake something up, no?
Yeah, dude, because clearly they're all tight.
Like,
you guys should really watch that Quincy
Williams call out.
Yeah. I mean, it says everything, dude.
Like, play was ridiculous.
They definitely hate Saleh.
Why would you say you hesitate, Tony, though, with Saleh?
I hesitate? What do you mean?
In terms of canning him, it doesn't seem like you're like all out, like, oh, let's just fire him right now type of thing.
I mean, I guess you could to shake things up. I would be interested to see what goes on now that Quinn Williams did kind of call out the team and stuff. Maybe people were to respond now.
The brother, Quincy.
Oh, Quincy Williams.
Yeah.
Call out the team.
But I think Ulbrich,
bottom,
the Campbell coffee routine, I think that's the answer.
Yeah. I mean, you got to tighten these things up. I forget who was saying it today. Made a good point about how Rogers, the way he runs the offense, maybe beyond the reach of some players. Which is why you see so many mistakes, so many dumb penalties on offense, stuff like that. I think somebody's trying to call in the show.
Is somebody calling in, Michael? Or are you just having fun with the keyboard back there? Neither. Is that Matthew Ryan?
I feel like it is.
No, Facebook Messenger.
Oh, Facebook Messenger.
Oh, wow. The Facebook Messenger. Whoa.
Interesting.
App to use to communicate.
Facebook marketing.
But I think, too, I was going to mention this before. Good time for a first trivia question. And again,
oh, yes, definitely.
Tony usually antsy to answer the question. We'll give it a second before we get the guesses.
Oh, we got some comments real quick.
But before those comments, just to give them a second to comment. When was the the question is about the Jets playing in London, because obviously they played in London today, losing to the Vikings. We know. When was the last time the Jets played in London, and who did they play? So when was the last time the Jets played in London, and who did they play? So the year and the opponent seems like something Josh B would know. And speaking of Josh B, Michael, I know he's in the comments.
Yes, he said, thank you guys so much for today. Matthew Ryan, I might block you. You sound like an idiot, laughing emoji. Aaron saying, home, sweet home. Thanks again for having us, boys. Awesome time, even though the Jets suck today.
Yeah, I mean, I
couldn't agree more.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. What a
Everything
day.
else was epic, except for that.
Yeah.
And we were talking about it. It felt like the first day of spring out there today.
It really did, dude. But I want to say Rodgers really fucking blew it. Dude,
Yeah.
at the end of the day. I mean, the 3
You
picks,
love that, though.
But Michael, because I know you're
no,
very
what the
like
fuck?
you wanna. I'm trying to think of the right word. Manifest, like the Rodgers Promised Land. Where are you now? Because I don't hear that.
Where are you?
It did not look good today.
But like, are you saying it's over?
No.
But I mean, what's the straw here? Is it like a 2-5? Like, is that where we say, oh, whoa,
2-6.
2-6?
It's over.
What would you say, Tony? When is it over?
Well, let's see. Who do they have next week? They have like a tough opponent next week, do they not? I feel like I remember talking about this. Let's see. They have the Bills next week.
Monday night.
Dude, that's a tall task.
Fuck, dude. If they get fucked up by the Bills, it's over.
Something's got to happen.
Yeah.
You gotta
Josh
pop
Allen
the fire
took that
salad.
big hit.
Yeah.
I thought he was
Possibly.
like, it was a big injury, but then he went back in the
on
game.
the field. throw a
We've had
touchdown.
success against the Bills before, but I have to say the way we look today, I really can't see us beating the Bills.
There's
No,
no
I don't
freaking
think so.
way, dude. There's no
I don't
shot.
think so.
And again, especially with
It's gonna be a good old fashioned beatdown, boys.
it would be. I feel because I think that the Bills, the threat to the
Tough.
air,
You know?
Cook too. I mean, running up the middle of the Jets' defensive line. I mean, that's like been something that's happening a lot to the Jets. So it's like, oh my god, dude, I can only imagine.
Yeah.
I know again, Bills tough loss today, but and then I put them at back-to-back losses. So I think they would be extra due for a win as well, dude. So I'm not really hyped about the matchup, I suppose. But I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, Rodgers can't be throwing picks. We can't be having these miscues on offense. I mean, there's so many times where I feel like the pass that Rodgers throws is so egregiously off the mark that it must be that the receiver thought he should be running a different route.
I think he's putting too much heat on it.
You really think so?
I mean, you
Do you
saw
think-
some of those passes.
Yeah. Do you think maybe he's doesn't have it as much, so he's really trying to hammer, trying to
Well, I
put
think
it
he's
in
banged
there?
up.
Yeah. Oh,
and,
definitely.
He also the line. I don't think the line has played well.
No, the line has not played well. He has not had a ton of pressure. And he did say, I believe this week, how he does feel like his body takes a longer time to recover.
Right.
Naturally so. But goddamn, I mean, it's gonna be a long season if this he keeps going like this, dude.
Yeah.
So you got to protect him, and he's got to get some more accuracy here, dude.
Yeah.
Cut down on the penalties. There is, unfortunately, it seems like a lot wrong with the team.
Yeah, it is unfortunate.
so
too,
it's
'cause
not
they have all the
great.
pieces in place. Dude. They should be good.
It's very unfortunate too.
Well, but
Lazard had a
you
couple
winked-
bad drops today
of course,
too.
yeah.
We can't be
But
mixing
you
that in
winked
there,
the
dude.
coach. I think that's the problem.
Yeah.
You knew he was a bad coach a couple of years ago.
Oh my god, dude, that's such a shitty job by the Jets to do. Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough, dude. It really isn't good. What about what's your threshold? I mean, you want solid guy right now?
Solid gone right now. And I think honestly they're going to lose by double digits against the Bills. I really do.
I don't think it's
The
gonna be good at
fucking
all.
penalties, dude.
Yes. Yeah.
Let's see what the penalties were like today.
By the way, Josh B did have a guess at the trivia question. He goes, "Was it Atlanta 2022?" Incorrect, but it's only incorrect because not both of those answers are correct. So that's just a little hint for anybody out there that wants to give it another go. Maybe Josh wants to give it another go. What were you gonna say, Tony? After the Bills, who they play? Is that what?
no, I was gonna say the penalties here. Jets had 8 penalties for 76 yards lost.
Yeah.
On the day, dude. It's
Was it the
it's-
Dolphins? That's my guess.
No, but also you have to give the year.
Oh,
So 2-part question. Tony, do you think you
Dolphins
have
2016.
a grasp on it?
I'm trying to think. The 2022. I did think originally that it was recently. 'Cause I feel like I remember Jay talking about this like
Yeah.
a few years ago.
Yeah.
Um,
But he probably had the shades on it. That's
yeah, definitely, dude.
Michael.
what are you wearing them sunglasses for?
Was it 2022 against Denver?
Incorrect. Michael, any guess?
Atlanta 2021.
Ding, 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 ding.
Wow.
How about that? Michael,
Nice.
confidently, low key, too. Trying to just slide in there, slide.
Slide.
Slide in there, slide. And you know what?
Robert
Let's just fire them off.
Oh, it looks
here.
like Matthew Ryan knew it too.
Second trivia question.
Oh wow, let's go
this
back
is,
to back, dude.
Regarding the Sunday night football game that's going to get underway on about 35 minutes from now.
Steelers.
It's
Cowboys.
between the Steelers and the Cowboys, in Pittsburgh. How many times have the Steelers and Cowboys played in the Super Bowl, and who leads the series? So how many times have the Steelers and Cowboys played in the Super Bowl, and who leads the series? And a little bonus hint here, the only times they've met in the playoffs has been in the Super Bowl. Because they're both in different conferences.
Yeah, I was just saying. Oh,
Wow,
dude.
You can't be doing that.
Some people may not know that.
You can't do that.
No, the way you phrase it, people would be like, "Oh my god, that's crazy!"
Wow. You never know who is in what conference.
Yeah.
Wow,
Dude, I think
Michael
they- I think-
Bucca. How about this? Michael Bucca, right off the rip, answered in 5 seconds and says 3 times Steelers lead 2-1. That's definitely the right answer. Ding, 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 ding.
Wow.
How about
dude.
that? The quickest trivia question answered ever.
I mean, he is a Steelers fan. I wouldn't say the
Super Bowl
quickest,
10,
actually.
Super Bowl 13, Super Bowl 30.
Wow.
Wow, dude.
Wow.
Anything on that, Michael? Honestly, are you impressed? Are you expecting from Michael Bucca?
I mean,
I would say
it's almost like yes, I'm impressed, but like he doesn't do it enough. So I'm kind of not.
But you want to hear more of him. You want to hear
He's
more.
very inconsistent.
pretty
Speaking of
surprised,
inconsistent, what were your guys' thoughts? Only overtime game of the day. Bengals.
Yeah, that was
1
crazy,
and 4, blowing it late to the Ravens, 41-38. Joe Burrow, 5 touchdown passes, wasted. Tony,
wasted the pick, dude.
Like you on a Thursday night at the Horseshoe.
I freaking wish, dude.
Friday night.
Oh yeah,
Thursday night
obviously,
football,
weekend.
Thursday night football.
Yeah, but sometimes Thursday you don't want to go too crazy.
But then you're trying to
You're
play
saving it for Friday.
Saving it for Friday and Saturday.
Trying to make
dude.
yourself look better.
That's correct, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously Lamar. Speaking of Burrow with the 5 TDs. I mean, Lamar did have a great game as well. I mean, you can't knock the Ravens and their performance, scoring 41 points. We just saw that highlight tape of Lamar. There was a play where he bobbles the ball off the snap. He wiggles his way at free, stiffs arm a guy, throws a touchdown pass. I mean, he had very much so command of the field when he was on it, command of the ball when he threw it as well, which is why he was flawless in terms of no turnovers. The 4 touchdown passes, 348 yards through the air. I mean, he was pretty solid there and had good protection. Again, the elusiveness, the offensive line doing a solid job, only sacked once the whole day. So, I mean, hey, when you have something like that going on, I mean, what more can you ask Joe Burrow to do? He's scoring 38 points for you,
Yeah, and I was surprised to see Baltimore give up that many points.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I guess when you run the ball for 175 yards and throw for 348 with 4 passing touchdowns, you can afford to do that.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, it just seemed that there was really no answer that the Bengals had for what the Ravens were doing. But again, I mean, that is what happens though when Lamar is on his game. I mean, and again, like we know how Derrick Henry has been, shot out of the cannon to start this year off.
92 yards and a touchdown, including a 51-yard run.
Like, is he averaging 80 yards a game? Like, he's got to be, right?
More,
Probably
6 yards a carry, or at least 5.
Like, kind of ridiculous, dude. So, like he's been playing so freaking well, and I mean, again, to have that threat on the ground, and then when Lamar's on his game, and it's a very hard team to deal with. That just comes at you, like at any point, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He's averaging 6 yards a carry.
That's what Brian said.
Wow. I mean, how did I get that right on the nose, though?
You surprised yourself, dude? I mean,
just that it was exactly 6 yards per carry. I'm saying like it could be 6.1.
No, yeah, that is very impressive.
You just hate giving credit, Tony.
No, that's not true, dude. I give credits too.
Damn you, Tony.
But I mean, Baltimore, there was some concern. They started out 0-2. Now they're 3-2. I mean, are they potentially the team to beat in the AFC? I
mean, in the entire AFC, it's tough.
So,
yeah. But I mean, they're trending in that direction. You could say, we'll see what happens with the Steelers here tonight. Speaking of divisional rivals, but I mean, emphatically beating the Bengals here, I think does prove a lot.
I think they definitely win that division.
I mean, really, definitely.
Yeah, I think so.
If they keep playing like this, but I don't know. I
Steelers
think
Steelers have been pretty good, but it just feels.
But I think the Ravens.
Can you count on them? But
No,
Yeah.
I guess so. But again,
I mean,
when
you think about
it's-
defense, running game,
There's-
passing the ball.
There's just so many seasons though where the Ravens start blowing games late in the year, late in the game as well,
Yeah.
and then I'm shooting themselves in the foot. So
Last year in the playoffs against Kansas City.
yeah, not good, dude. Not good at all. Yeah, are they going to not run Derrick Henry at all in the playoffs?
Well, it's
this year?
interesting
Like,
though because Lamar, I mean, today 348, 4 touchdowns. I mean, we don't see that all the time. I mean,
No.
can you guys see that at Arrowhead in the AFC Championship game?
No, I could see 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
Yeah.
You know?
But I mean, the only thing is, I mean, the Chiefs. I mean, you could argue the Ravens probably have looked better so far this year, just especially in those last 3 wins, the way the offense has looked, running the ball.
Yeah, no, I mean definitely, especially when you want to think of offensive prowess.
Yeah.
I mean there's been again the Ravens have had bigger plays, obviously higher scoring games as well. But I mean that's not necessarily what it's all about, you know.
Yeah. But it's weird. It does feel like they're due, but then it's like, you know, I mean, how many times are we going to see the same thing? Like,
From
do you
the
think
Ravens.
also, like, let's say hypothetically, you know, they win their 11, 12 games, make it to the AFC Championship game, lose again. I mean, is it like, does Harbaugh have a contract for life, or do you think, you know, the owner there, I mean, eventually he's going to be like, wow, maybe we do need a new voice.
I guess
head
it's certainly
coach.
it kind of depends maybe on how they lose. If they lose in a fashion where they did in the postseason last year, where they're not for whatever reason like playing to their own strengths because of the strategy of the coach and the play calling. I mean, yeah, you got to get rid of them.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, you know, Lamar, again, I think he's proven himself to be a very comparable quarterback, a guy that can run an offense and can, you know, make big plays. So yeah, I would say if that happens this year, you got to start, thinking someone new for coaching.
What do you think? I mean, you think it's like kind of it could be do or die, but depending on how they do in the playoffs for Harbaugh. Because I mean, he's been there a while. Super Bowl. I mean, it's crazy. Remember watching it together.
Got rid of him I know.
But that was 16 years ago.
Damn, dude. Wow.
Oh wait, no, not 16. I was thinking 08, but it was 2012. So 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Still a long time.
No, it is. It's crazy because they almost got rid of him that one time too, a couple of years ago.
Oh
They drafted Lamar and everything.
And I think they have 2 non-playoff seasons in a row. I think like a 6-10 mixed in there.
Yeah. Dude, crazy. They're consistent over there. Really.
But it seems like Derrick Henry, you know, maybe he's the X factor though, because they haven't had a back like him. I mean, I don't get how you bring him down. Honestly,
the play action and the RPO is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, like that's a tough duo. If you're gonna have a for a QB not QB draw, but the RPOs, dude.
Yeah.
What a tandem.
100%.
Those two.
100%. And it's crazy how quick it's came together for the Ravens. So, you know, 3-2, right back in the thick of things. How about the Bengals though? 1-4, including 0-3 at home. I mean, I don't know if we've ever seen a team come back from that type of start that's as talented as them.
No, I don't think so, dude. I mean, they have the same record as the Browns
and the
Panthers. Yeah. So I mean, like it's, you know, that AFC North seems to be very far out of their grasp.
Yeah.
Especially after today's loss, because it just seems like no matter what they can do, they're probably going to lose. So I don't know. Pretty interesting here.
I would think Taylor's in question. Head coach.
I would think so. I mean, I don't know what really is going on, but it seems like there's a multitude of issues there. And then it's just crazy because, you know, Joe Burrow for like his first big game this year. I mean, you end up losing.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And I know again you can, you know, the pick at the end there within 2 minutes, which I think led to Baltimore tying it up, I believe. Obviously, big mistake there. But come on, I mean, you got to figure something out to win that game. I mean,
yeah. You know, and it's like, even though it's like something, maybe it's a little unlucky, but at the end of the day, if the same thing keeps happening, like clearly there's a problem.
Yeah, it's not just unlucky.
But it's like, I don't know what the answer is. And I almost think, and we talked about this before, but it's like the offseason drama with T. Higgins and Jamar Chase might have ruined the chemistry this team had built up the last couple of years.
Yeah.
I mean, would it not? Like, if you were Joe Burrow, it would definitely fuck with my head kind of a little bit.
I mean, that's it. You know, it's kind of going on with the Jets a little bit with Hassan Reddick and just everything.
Yeah.
Last year too with ACL, so that I feel like that kind of just creeped on in, honestly, too. Just kind of that stuff within a team. Bengals definitely probably have a little bit of that going on.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Philly.
Mhm.
Philly's another one with the
Yeah,
drama.
the Eagles. Yeah, for sure, dude.
AJ Brown, the Sirianni and Hurts.
Mhm.
Like,
Oh yeah, no, like
It's a
when
mess.
you see something
Yeah,
and you're
yeah.
like, oh, I'm pretty
Here's
sure,
Rodgers.
but we want to see it out a little more. No, you've already seen it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and that is usually the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
So be interesting to see what they do. And coming up for both of these teams, how about the Commanders Ravens next week
Oh,
in
wow.
Baltimore? Only a 1:00 game too, so maybe they go, Nance and Romo there. That's gonna be a great game. Jaden Daniels, I mean,
He's
unbelievable.
sick, dude.
Another
Crazy.
win today.
Crazy.
All of a sudden the Commanders are in the driver's seat. I mean,
Yep.
who saw that coming?
Yeah, dude. I mean, definitely not us. And it's kind of crazy. I mean, I understand it's the Browns, whatever, but I mean, an emphatic victory against them. I mean, that's what a top tier team would do to a team like the Browns, and that's clearly what Washington's putting out there. Daniels today, not, I guess, crazy great, but still 14 of 25, 238 through the air, touchdown pass, but an interception. Also ran for 82 yards on the ground. So using his legs a lot, which I feel like maybe first few games not as much. But I mean, he's like a dual threat quarterback, so you got to love that. And it seems like he has some good pieces to go through. Terry McLaurin, you know much about him?
Yeah, I mean, he's been, a pretty good receiver, but like I feel like he's never really like hit his peak because they've had inconsistent quarterback
Right,
play
of
there.
course.
But he had
Yeah,
over
yeah.
100 yards today.
Yeah, 4 receptions for 112 yards, which is kind of crazy. Deep 66-yard reception. So I mean, hey man, if that's who Dan wants to target and it does a good job there, so why not? And of course, having Austin Eckler out of the backfield, it's got to be nice too.
Yeah.
You know, I always liked what he did for the Chargers.
But I
Solid
like
for
listen,
them.
I mean, there's a lot of season left, but I think they're gonna end up winning the division easily, like by maybe multiple games.
Yeah, I mean, again,
I
you
think
look
it's theirs for the taking.
Yeah.
the way the rest of the division
Thanks for
is
that.
going as well. I mean,
Cowboys can't.
Cowboys
they're
are
not
so
good.
inconsistent. You
Giants
mentioned
aren't
the Eagles
good.
with the locker room issues, and
Yeah.
of course the Giants, even though they won today, they're not going anywhere.
I don't think so. And I think the Commanders just have much more there, talent and just
Energy,
good locker room.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like the run they're on
Dan
right
Quinn
now.
too. I mean, that's kind of surprising because we saw, it didn't end great in Atlanta.
Right.
He collapsed against the Pats in the Super Bowl, but had done a good job with Dallas in the defense, stays in the division, goes to the Commanders. And this game today, they only allowed 13 points. They played good on D. Maybe the other games they haven't. But I think there is something to be said about it's not all about statistics, but I think he's also, installed a good culture there because Ron Rivera towards the end, I mean, things weren't pretty.
No, not at all. I mean, he was just a little stale, I think. Although they did play well for him because he was diagnosed with cancer, right? And fought it, got back.
But I don't even know if they had a winning season under him.
No, I don't think so. But hey, I mean, listen, obviously the direction they're going in now, positively huge. And you want to see them just really capitalize on that momentum going forward. Like, again, Baltimore next week. I mean, that's going to be a huge challenge.
Game. And if you can get by that, then the schedule eases up for a couple games. Your Panthers, Bears, and at the Giants.
Panthers, Bears, at the Giants. So, I mean, you said it. It does definitely ease up. So, I mean, just get out there against Baltimore and give it your best shot, really, at the end of the day. See what you're made out of,
Yeah.
Like, see where your threshold is kind of lying, Seeing some Joe Burrow highlights right now, dude, just beautiful pass.
And they play the Giants on Sunday Night Football next week.
Really?
I mean, what are the chances, like the Bengals? I mean, we've seen them lose to almost every team this year. That they lose that one. I mean, that would be, I think, Taylor fired, especially if they got embarrassed.
Oh yeah, dude. And if you had, a couple shekels to put on it, would you take the action on the Giants?
No. I think like that. It's just there's a breaking point, and I think Burrow is really going to try to rally the troops. But at the same time, you mess this up, then it's over.
Yeah. No, I totally agree, dude.
So it'll be interesting
Giants.
to see what happens. We saw the Texans 23-20 over the Bills. Kind of interesting for Houston. I know they've had some injuries at running back, but the total points they've been scoring on offense has been a little low, kind of what we were accustomed to, especially last season. But yet they're finding ways to win games, 4-1. And obviously this was a tight game down to the wire. But the Bills dropped their second consecutive game. Josh Allen getting shaken up, stayed in the game, but kind of interesting how quickly, and I know, like I said, this was a one possession game down to the last second, But Josh Allen here goes 9 for 30. I mentioned getting shaken up, only 1 touchdown. And all of a sudden, it's a different feel than it was a couple weeks ago when you started out the season 3-0.
Yeah. Oh my God, definitely. I mean,
Diggs' revenge, by the way, too.
Yes, Diggs' revenge, which is interesting because I feel like the demeanor in terms of Stephon Diggs was like that he was just tight, that he wasn't getting a lot of touches, and it wasn't really for the betterment of the team. It was more about him. But obviously, Texans obviously here a talented team. CJ Stroud was and has been great. They're also a team that has had a lot of success so far this year. But the Bills, the back-to-back losses, like you said, anytime you have back-to-back losses, it does give an unnerving feeling.
Yeah.
Kind of in your chest, especially when your quarterback only throws for 131 yards. You mentioned 9 for 30, and then him getting, kind of his head just really just bounced on the turf.
Yeah,
dude.
I mean, I really thought that was ugly.
Yeah.
But it's interesting how he was cleared so quickly.
Yeah, it was. I forget what I think that the protocol is 3 plays, I think, or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
But I don't even know who was that. It seemed like one.
Yeah, it did seem like one, but maybe they didn't, technically classify it as a head injury.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of interesting, but I don't know. I think that they have some maybe soul searching to do in terms of like who the number 1 receiver is too. Do they have anyone injured or just like
No.
Keon Coleman? Kincaid is okay. I mean,
I just thought they didn't address the skill positions enough. In the offseason.
No, you're definitely not, dude. I mean, and you got James Cook in there who does, I guess, run for 82 yards, over 20 carries, which is solid. But you got to get some better guys downfield that can get open, dude. I feel, right?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Exactly. Because Allen has a big arm, and you just want to advance the ball, down the field.
Especially, I mean, you're on the other end of it. Look at the Houston. I mean, again, Diggs, Nico Collins, who I believe got injured, I think, in the game, right?
He did.
Tank Dell, Dalton Schultz,
a lot of mouths to feed.
Yeah, dude, Cam Akers, a lot of targets though.
You don't even have Joe Mixon right now,
which is wild. You know to think about it. I mean, the Bills got to step up their receiving core. I think.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see that game. Next Monday night against the Jets. I'm sure that promises to be a good one.
Fairbairn, great kicker by the way for Houston.
Fairbairn, great kicker.
Fantasy team. Got us like fucking 19 points this week.
What'd you make about Jacksonville? Surviving here, picking up their first win of the season, 37-34 over the Colts on Trevor Lawrence's 25th birthday.
Was his 25th birthday?
Yes.
Really? Wow, dude. No, I don't know if you were dialed in the red zone as much, but I feel like Scott Hansen was saying that every 10 seconds.
Oh, okay, really?
It is the 25th birthday of Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah. But you seem a little Hansen tight. I mean, what do you think there?
No, not Hansen tight. It's just
Michael. Doesn't he see there's a little animosity there?
Just a tad.
There's no animosity. I have a respect for him. And I do love, he's a great play caller. He does obviously a lot of TV and on any given day. So I do not hate him or dislike him. Just,
the Trevor Lawrence thing was hilarious.
The Trevor Lawrence thing was
What do you think though? I mean, are you a Hansen guy or no?
Scott Hansen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. You know what I did think though? Today he was a little much.
Okay. So
really?
A little theatrical.
But at the same time, theatrical. But what is he supposed to do? Like if things are happening, like he's got to.
Yeah, 1 o'clock games were ending. A lot of them were like on the field goal. Yeah, exactly, dude. So I think he did a good job. But in terms of the level of play here on Trevor Lawrence's 25th birthday, was very good.
25th birthday is today.
28-34 here, 371 through the air, Michael. 2 tutties and an interception, which is pretty solid. Definitely more production than you would see on any other week this season, which obviously shows in the record as they were 0-4 coming into this game. Now the Colts, honestly, I was picking the Colts to win here. Believer in Joe Flacco. Kind of ridiculous how he just can get off the couch and just play at a pretty high level still.
Yeah.
Speaking of high level, he was 33 of 44, 359 through the air with 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, was sacked 4 times. And I would say that would be the deciding factor for me in this game. Trevor Lawrence was not touched all day, dude. On his 25th birthday. He was not touched on his 25th birthday.
Happy birthday, Trevor.
What was it? Was it Tank Bigsby who had a huge freaking run too at the end? 65-yard long run that ended resulted in a touchdown, dude, in the fourth quarter, I believe. So that was kind of a huge addition right there to have that big play, and that's really what happened at the end of the day. I mean, Jacksonville just made the big plays here. Speaking of big plays, 85-yard reception, Brian Thomas Jr., which ended in a touchdown. Christian Kirk had a big 61-yard reception. So big plays happening left and right, it seemed, for Trevor Lawrence on his 25th birthday, which is really what I think you're going to hear. Indianapolis, interesting here. Again, I mean, I think moving forward, Joe Flacco is more than qualified to get Alec Pierce and Josh Downs and Adonai Mitchell the ball, or Michael Pittman.
Michael Pittman is a weapon.
Michael Pittman is a weapon. You got to utilize him. 8 targets today, only 5 receptions for 37 yards. I'd be fucking all day to him. But Alec Pierce seems pretty good. Number 14, 3 receptions for 134 yards. That's a lot of yards per reception. And obviously that included a touchdown as well. But one of Flacco's 3. But I don't know, man. It's interesting to see where the Colts go. I mean, Anthony Richardson, if he is, ends up being healthy next week, what do you do? Flacco's playing well. You're kind of still losing games. You're 2-3 now. Richardson can't stay healthy though. I don't know, man. If I were the Colts, I think I would start Joe Flacco, to be honest. Shane Steichen, whatever his name is. Next week you have the Titans. So I mean, I don't know. It's interesting. Again, Anthony Richardson, a guy who's really rarely been healthy for you. I guess maybe against the Titans, maybe a good spot to get them more acclimated. You have Titans-Dolphins back-to-back. So, I mean, Dolphins are in shambles right now. Even though they won today, which is probably a great segue to the next game, dude. But it doesn't really matter. 15-10 to the Pats. I could care less, honestly. I still think they're in shambles. No quarterback doesn't really matter. Should be interesting to see, dude. What happens on Trevor Lawrence's 25th birthday?
Is everything all right, bud? Let's hear it. Any context here? Tony?
We were just talking about Trevor Lawrence playing football on his 25th birthday.
Are you kidding?
No, we went over the whole game. Indianapolis, they have the Titans and they have the Dolphins back-to-back. Do you even start Richardson? That'd be good tune-up games for him when he comes back. But, I mean, Joe Flacco, 359th of the air, 3 touchdown passes,
it's unbelievable,
no receptions. I was just saying that. It's crazy how he just comes off the fucking couch like Michael and plays well. Dude.
But it almost seems like there's been kind of a renaissance with older quarterbacks doing this. And I think the reason is, these guys are not getting the reps that they need in college.
Right.
They're switching programs. There's no continuity. Mm-hmm. They're rushed into the action. So because these quarterbacks come into the league so inexperienced, when the veterans are there and they can just make throws and are accurate, the whole offense is elevated. We saw Andy Dalton do that when he won in his first start with Carolina.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I feel like, and also, to kind of, I guess, compound on that statement, I mean, it's also a lot of these, rookie quarterbacks are being asked to lead teams, and it's like this is different than college. I mean, it's an entirely different league here in terms of level of play, in terms of the pressure, the atmosphere, what's riding on these games. Sometimes, again, it helps to have that more veteran quarterback who's been in the league for a couple of years that can handle those situations, But I mean, that's just the direction the league is going in, the direction college football is going in as well with the transfer portal,
so ridiculous.
The NIL deals and everything like that, dude. It really is kind of crazy. It's funny. I've heard Nick Saban talk about that. I think transfer portal is killing college football.
Trevor Lawrence, Michael Buckley calls Trevor Lawrence busty.
I mean, is he wrong? Really? I don't think so.
Busty?
Like means that he's a bust?
Yeah, I don't think busty is the right term for that, though.
Nope. But I've said this a million times. I think it's so easy with the transfer portal. Wait, what are you cracking up about?
Wait, is it bothering you?
I mean, I guess but you guys are telling me though that when it's the other way around, okay? And
birthday. That's why. Oh, because Tony just kept saying it. I was cracking up.
So you think you're funny?
I was eating, staring at me, chewing.
Yes, right.
I mean, you would think the maturity level, the 2A is.
I'm not doing anything.
I think though, Michael, isn't he always like the behind the scenes?
Yes,
like,
and it's on me, but it's just all him.
All him, yeah. like a complete playoff.
A complete what?
Playoff?
Like you're playing it off?
Like, oh, no. Sure.
Playoffs.
I mean, I guess so. Yeah, they played off.
Played off.
Oh, come on. Dude.
I mean, a little ridiculous.
Speaking of playing the Dolphins, next up here, the Dolphins today, dude, because we were saying how
ugly game.
Ugly, disgusting game, dude. 15-10.
It actually was funny. I don't know if you've seen it. It's called the Funhouse account on Twitter.
No.
A lot of times they make fun of Mike Francesa.
Oh,
but the
crazy.
thing was, it's supposed to be kind of like satire, but serious at the same time. They were like, if you had free tickets to this game, would you have went?
Which game?
Dolphins, Patriots, 2 backup quarterbacks.
I've had nothing to do. But like,
No, 1 o'clock on a Sunday.
But like a day like today where I'm like, oh no, I'd
Absolutely
rather.
not.
No, yeah, no,
Absolutely.
so.
Like not even a question. Now, what if it was like first row?
First row, like behind the end zone at 50-yard line?
Talent. Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of cool.
I almost
how
would
often
say
does that happen? You know,
like how often does it happen? But if it's not good play, like, do I really want to watch it? Like,
it's like who cares?
I don't really think so.
I don't care.
I don't know. I think I would go.
You would
that
go.
point. Yeah, I would go.
You would definitely go.
Like first row, 50-yard line. I'm down by
200
the
level,
action, dude.
first row though.
200 level. I mean,
No, you're done. Out. See ya.
Yeah, probably not, dude. Rather go golfing.
It is a shame. Like I almost hope that the Dolphins can acquire a veteran quarterback like a Joe Flacco, because I feel like with their skill players, if you could just have a quarterback who's decent and can get the receivers the ball, and can make the accurate shorter term throws and occasionally throw in deep, I think you could be pretty good. But with Tyler Huntley, he just doesn't have the experience in the league to get the ball down the field and get the ball into the hands of these playmakers. Tony.
I mean, it's an absolute wash, dude. It's good. It's over.
It's like a waste of time.
Yeah,
it's a waste of talent.
Yeah, no, it really is, dude. And I'd be tight. I mean, I don't know, dude. I mean, this organization had put so much into Tua, like literally all their cards, all their eggs in his basket. And I mean, not that I was like wishing like another concussion to happen to him, but like, was that not bound to happen? You know?
Yeah.
Like, geez, man. You didn't really invest in your team any way further. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's, you kind of shot yourself in the foot a little bit there. But I don't know, man. I mean, would you try and go out right now and get a different quarterback if you were them? Like, try and get somebody.
I mean, do you guys think Tua plays this year?
Man.
No, I don't. Like, why didn't they get Flacco in the offseason?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Right? Like, why wouldn't they have brought him in?
Last year, their backup was Mike White, who at least I think would be better than Tyler Huntley.
Yeah, definitely, dude. So I don't know. It's very interesting, dude, what they could do.
I mean, would you say if you were the Dolphins GM, like just all out for Flacco? Like maybe not like
yeah, but I don't think the Colts will be giving him up though.
Yeah, with Richardson though, that's true.
Yeah, right.
That's
Like
true.
it's I don't know, man.
Bring Tannehill back to town.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know about
Where's
Ryan
he at?
Tannehill.
He's a free agent.
Yeah. Wow.
Or Carson Wentz. Get him from the Chiefs. They probably wouldn't trade him.
No, probably not. Maybe you can get Matt Ryan out of retirement.
Would you do it?
I don't know. Matt Ryan was pretty bad. Like,
yeah,
towards the end of his
I thought he was going to be okay.
Yeah, really, dude. And he's probably even worse on air, to be honest.
Yeah, he's terrible.
It's like a deer in headlights, dude. It's brutal.
Yeah, no, it really is. Speaking of a deer in headlights, the Panthers 1-4. Like I said, they did get like that momentum win with Andy Dalton his first start, but since then they really have not looked good. The Bears, all of a sudden, are 3-2, including 3-0 at home. Caleb Williams, 20 of 29, 304, 2 touchdowns. Arguably, top to bottom, his best game of his short, NFL career here. DJ Moore had trouble, getting involved. Had 2 touchdowns, over 100 yards, 5 catches. So, I mean, I think, it was what the Bears needed to see. And I think there's definitely been some up and down with Caleb Williams to start, and especially just from outside perception. But at the same time, rookie quarterback, maybe not the best coach, and you're 3-2 after 5 games. I mean, not a terrible spot to be in.
No, not at all. And I mean, for Bears, if they're trying to make something happen in the postseason, they're going to be chasing a wild card spot, with the Vikings there. So, I mean, I don't know, it's really interesting to see kind of what happens, as well as the Lions, right, too. I mean, I would imagine this is like the kind of season, that points to Caleb Williams continuing to improve, which I feel like we've seen it like through the first 5 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously this week being an outlier But I feel like, breaking down some of his games, you watch some of those plays. I mean, he is adapting to this league right now. And again, efficient, 20 of 29, 304 through the air. I think this is that game where he figured things out, worked on it in practice. The schedule was in his favor because you're playing him at the Panthers, and he worked out a lot of kinks on them. So, I mean, next week, whoever they play, I'm sure we'll check. But it's going to be a big test for them because, I mean, I would imagine if it is a better team, I mean, obviously it's going to be better probably than the Panthers. It's the Jags next week. Interesting.
That's actually
I guess that's going to be in London.
Oh, right. I forgot
That's
that
the
is
next
the
London
London
game.
game. Yes.
Wow, that's definitely a quirk.
So they have
both
their
those teams,
London
dude.
game, and then they have a bye week, and then they'll be at the Commanders, at the Cardinals.
That's interesting, dude. That's kind of a tough little stretch right
Tough
here, to be honest.
stretch. And you look at the wins that the Bears have had this year, over the Titans, who obviously, don't have a great reputation around the league. They beat the Rams, but again, they're down a bunch of key pieces, and they beat the Panthers. So haven't gotten that big win yet. I think obviously they have that Commanders game schedule, circled on their schedule.
Yeah.
But this game against Jacksonville, they are a desperate team, so I think you have to be buttoned up in the game. You have to take seriously. I mean, I think their defenses look good. I think the thing that's tough for the Bears is their team is pretty good, but I just think, unfortunately, they are in the wrong division. There's too much talent in their division for them to have a shot. If they were in a weaker division, like the NFC South, for instance, it's more wide open, I think they have a shot, but there's too much power at the top in the NFC North.
Yeah, I mean, we mentioned, Vikings, Lions, and then the Packers are mixed in there as well. Definitely a very tightly knit division there for them in terms of what the records would be. But it's interesting. I think the Bears want to go forward. That obviously they need Caleb to improve. They still need big games at DJ Moore. I feel like every week DeAndre Swift has to be solid out of the backfield.
Dunze as well. I think that rookie wide receiver, he can have a big impact.
Keenan Allen.
Swift, after a couple kind of slow games, has came on strong the last couple of weeks. So be interesting to see how they, incorporate all of it together. I just realized, we're getting close here on opening kickoff. And it's funny, they usually say 8:20, usually ends up being like 8:17, 8:18. So before we miss it, and I know we talked about, what our picks were for this game back on Friday. But now that the game's about to start, we can kind of revisit this matchup here, Tony, between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Dallas Cowboys. A big game for both teams. Pittsburgh handed their first loss last week to Indianapolis, find themselves 3-1. Dallas, a very weird start to the season at 2-2. Hasn't looked great. Has had injuries as well. Pittsburgh, a 2.5-point home favorite here. Total set at 43.5. Russell Wilson coming into the year was expected to be the Pittsburgh starter. Fields, I think, has filled in pretty good. Seems to have improved as the season has gone on, and we know what a weapon he has in George Pickens.
Oh yeah.
And Najee Harris at running back kind of is inconsistent, but is a power runner, and I know Dallas has struggled stopping the run. And really just in general has been inconsistent to start the season. So a lot of factors here at play. Mike McCarthy, by the way, 0-4 career in the regular season against the Pittsburgh Steelers. His only win was in the postseason, head coach of the Packers when he won his only Super Bowl. So just to kind of lay the lay of the land there with this matchup between the two teams, that have faced off 3 times in Super Bowls. What do you see happening here?
I mean, it's definitely tough, dude. I mean, you look at the Cowboys, like you said. I mean, not off to a great start.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm reading that this game is in a weather delay right now. That there is
it has to be lightning.
Huge storm rolling in through Pittsburgh. Apparently, that
Michael Bucca probably not happy.
Not happy at all. And apparently that fans have exited the field.
Oh, that's what the sign said.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is kind of crazy, man. I feel like we haven't seen that in a while for football. But
No.
regardless, dude. I mean, Cowboys, obviously that tough start, got beat by the Ravens, got handled by the Saints, earlier on this year. Did get past the Giants and the Browns for their only 2 wins here. And it's definitely, I don't know, it seems like one of those off years for them, dude. Especially because you given the fact that, last year they were they were undefeated at home last year. Know that. They start the year with back-to-back losses at home, which is kind of crazy. And you want to look at some of their players here. I mean, Dak, I guess by no means is he playing poorly,
but he's not playing great.
No, he's not playing great. I mean, he's got over 1,000 yards passing already, 6 touchdowns, which is pretty solid. But it's just it's typical Dak, as we are getting the Doppler radar update. Currently in a weather delay until further notice, fans in the stadium can remain in the seating bowl. We will provide further updates when available, motherfucker. Oh wow, yeah, drone shot under the bridge, the lightning in the sky. But it's interesting. Terrific drone shot there, Michael.
Why can the fans remain in their seats?
Yeah,
that's what I'm confused about. How is that a weather delay, and why would they be allowed to? Why wouldn't they be playing if it's safe enough for the fans to sit in the seats, right?
I don't know. Maybe they're grounded in the stands because I feel like if lightning strikes the field, maybe they're unaffected. I don't know.
Kind of odd, though, right?
Unaffected. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, maybe. Do you think that they are risking the lives of the fans just in order to keep them inside the game to make more money? Is that what you're trying to insinuate here?
I want you to answer that question.
I mean, it sounds like that's what you're insinuating.
I'm sure they don't even give them their money back.
No.
Yeah, but I mean, this game is going to be played, and I'm sure it's going to start. I mean, I would guess within the next half hour to 45 minutes.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it will be, serenaded with the sounds of Chris Collinsworth in the meantime. So,
but speaking of the meantime, I was asking for your prediction here. What are your thoughts?
I think at the end of the day here, I mean, I could see Pittsburgh coming out here and maybe exchanging blows, with the Cowboys. Justin Fields, you mentioned how good he's been. Especially replacing Russell Wilson basically at this point. 830 yards on the season, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, has been sacked 10 times through these past few games. And which is pretty funny because that's exactly how many times Dak Prescott has been sacked.
Shout out Bernie says thank you for today, fellas.
Bernie, it was really great to see him, dude.
Yeah, great to see Bernie. Been a little bit.
Absolutely, been a little bit. First time in the studio. Take care of the knee. He's twisted it.
Oh, right.
Yeah, playing football, which is pretty funny. But regardless here, back to the game. I think it's going to be Justin Fields making big plays and not Dak Prescott, to be honest.
Wow.
Again, considerably good game from Dak. Maybe 245, 250 through the air, a couple touchdowns. But I think, like I said, both these teams exchange blows. When one has a defensive stop, so does the other. And I think at the end of the day, it's Fields, 2 minutes to go, marching down the field. And I'm going to say he's going to throw, I don't know, maybe like a 35-yard pass to I'm going to say George Pickens. I mean, why not?
Yeah, I was going to say
receiver.
Why struggle with it? Pickens is unbelievable.
Yeah, although you've been seeing Pat Freiermuth get some good looks.
Oh
God.
Damn. And I mean,
Michael, but you're kind of on the same line as Michael Buckley.
Yeah, he says 24-20 Steelers.
Oh,
he says I want my game to start all caps. I was ahead of that one.
Play hero ball late in fourth quarter. That's what he says.
Yeah. That's great, dude. What about you, Matty? What do you think?
Yeah, what do you got here?
Definitely going with the Steelers. Dude.
Really?
Yeah, Cowboys are gazy, dude. They're another mess, like injuries and stuff like that. And Steelers are rolling, so I think the Steelers are just gonna have momentum. They're home and
just
they're
keep rolling,
roll
baby.
it, dude. Justin Fields goes for like 275, a couple tutties.
Obviously watch him on the ground.
Yeah.
It is amazing.
Now I have Najee Harris, dude. So hopefully,
I have him.
Even though I'm gonna get pounded again, dude, in fantasy.
0-5.
My team absolutely.
I think I might win again this week, Mikey. He's dialed in.
Matthew Ryan's height. I guess he's trying to call in. And Michael Bucket asked for our predictions. Tony and Matthew just gave theirs.
Steelers all the way, Michael.
Which prediction, would lead your prediction, Brian?
I am gonna say, I'm gonna say 17-10. I think this Steelers offense is capable of more points, but their defense is so good, and I think Dallas on the road is going to struggle to score. So I think the Steelers win in a low-scoring game. So it's an under situation, and the Steelers easily covering, and I would say that's to Michael Bucka's enjoyment. 4-1, and especially starting the year and through these first 5 games with a quarterback who you didn't expect to be your starting quarterback too.
Right. Oh my God. Yeah, absolutely, dude. So pretty wild, obviously, for the Steelers.
Look at his last comment.
Who, Michael Buckta?
Yeah.
What do you say? You can't say it?
I mean,
Najee's a whore.
I mean, I mean, that's just a little ridiculous.
Oh, it is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Michael, I have him on my team.
Do you actually?
Yeah.
Ah,
Doesn't matter. So
That's all right, dude.
You want it here?
Barnes, Tony, Matt, I'm getting you Christmas gifts. And Michael, too.
Michael
dude.
Buckner?
This is the score I'm in
Yeah.
right now for my fantasy, bro. Listen to this.
Mhm.
I'm losing 128-69.
really, dude? What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's kind of wild, dude.
I did
So-
well this week.
It's over for me again.
I'm doing like
I'm going to
pretty
be 2-3
surprisingly
in
well.
our league.
Go to 0-5. What do you
Oh,
mean?
dude, I'm sorry.
0-5, and then say, hey, Igor Sikorsky, how are you?
Looks like I'm gonna be 4-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna all matchups here. See what's going on, dude.
Yeah, I scored 146. How many did you guys have?
Brian,
I have 69. 69 right now.
I got 107.
107. What are the projections, though?
I projected 121.
83.
And how about this? Michael Buck is saying a black Justin Fields jersey
Nice.
is on his
All right,
Christmas
all right.
list.
That's pretty dope.
Make sure you write your letter to Santa and tell him. Just kidding.
But what do you guys think? I know Tony, beginning of the year, had the Steelers as a sleeper team,
Good
potentially
call,
to go to
Tony.
a Super
Good
Bowl.
call.
Which at the time I was like, are you being serious? Like, are you messing around?
Are you on
But
drugs?
obviously, I mean, they
Serious.
played well these first 4 games. I mean, it's been almost a quarter of the season, but just both of you guys here. I mean, do you think they are, a serious contender? I mean, can you see them actually making a run?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I personally, I always liked Justin Fields.
Mhm.
I think
Me
he
too.
is,
Wanted the Jets to draft him.
which is kind of
Same.
wild. Yeah, to
Yeah.
think about that. I mean, and I think he's a guy who's a part of a good organization and will certainly succeed and play hard for you and put the work in. So I mean, listen, I'm all about it. I'm all for that. Obviously, Mike Tomlin here, great coach, tenure, experience, probably great tutelage for a younger quarterback.
Yeah.
You've kind of fell into the Pickens thing where you have a
Yep.
great role
The
player
entire
for
move
him.
As a security blanket. In all
Yeah.
seriousness.
No,
Like, that
really
is
though.
what
Like he's a
young
great tight end.
quarterback needs.
Yeah, exactly. So, and because of that, dude, and of course, obviously the running game, needless to say, with Harris, I mean, you kind of built yourself a great little team
And if
here.
Warren
Yeah.
can come back from injury, he was great catching passes out of the backfield last year. Has struggled this year, missed last couple games with an injury.
So I think there's a lot of upside here for the Steelers, and if they can just put it together, then yeah, dude, they're going to be a dominant team.
What do you think?
For the Steelers for the rest of the way?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's going to be. I think the Ravens are going to win the division, but I think Baltimore or
Michael
Pittsburgh-
Bucca is
Pittsburgh's
trying
gonna
to
be
call in,
second,
by the
too.
way.
Pittsburgh's going to be second.
He's
Are you-
probably calling
Michael
Mike.
is not in the area.
Wow.
And he
We'll
has
try
his
to
phone
get him
probably, right?
before we wrap up.
Yes.
Renee.
If
Mike will
time
be back.
permits,
He'll be
Michael.
Michael will be back in 5 minutes.
Okay. But you were saying you could see them potentially like a sleeper team.
Yeah, a wild card team, I would say.
Yeah.
I think.
Can
so.
they beat Baltimore though in a playoff game?
No.
What do you
I don't
think,
think
Tony?
so, dude.
It's going to
Baltimore's
be
too
very
much.
interesting, and they see each other pretty late in the season, week 11 and week 16. So it should be interesting where they lie after those last few weeks there. But I would think right now, yeah, I do think so. Again, I'm not entirely sold on Baltimore consistently putting great offensive performances together without any mistakes.
Yeah.
And I mean, not for nothing. I mean, the Steelers do have a good defense. What's his name?
You're talking
Watt.
about TJ Watt.
TJ Watt, yes. On defense, obviously great. Trayvon Diggs, also great. I think for leading the team in sacks is that DeMarcus Lawrence, their tight end. their defensive end. Yeah. So I mean, again, they have a few different ways they can threaten the quarterback, whether it be up the middle or over the edge, or even in the secondary.
Yeah.
And then freaking whatchamacallit? That doesn't matter. But yeah, dude, I can definitely see them, ruffling the feathers, dude.
I'm not sure if you guys
Of the
know, but there
Ravens.
is a rain delay on the game.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
Lightning, I guess,
Lightning.
in the area.
Yes.
But I was
It was
saying,
pretty cool.
how weird is it? Like, they say they can't play, but they're saying it's safe for the fans to remain in their seats.
On the metal seats.
Yeah. Right? Like, am I missing something here, guys? Like,
No, it is kind of crazy. It
Yeah.
really is, dude.
Yeah, it is.
but it is interesting with Pittsburgh.
Mika Fitzpatrick, that's the safety I was thinking of.
Oh yeah, he's a
Great
very
job
good
there,
player
dude.
as well. They haven't won a playoff game since 2016, And I feel like their defense could be the best in the league. So it's just like if you could get that consistent offense, I think they definitely could be dangerous. But I think the thing that will convince all of us that they actually have a chance to like win the AFC, we have to see them beat, a big time opponent on the road. Remains to be seen if they can do this. This is obviously a big game now.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I can't see Dallas winning this one. And not even because of course, you don't want it to happen, but right? Can you just
I
seems like a spot they're not going to win.
Yeah. I just don't think that they can put it together. I think Pittsburgh's just humming.
What's the line? 2.5? 2.5?
2.5, yeah.
Pittsburgh minus 2.5. Yeah, I mean that's tough. I mean, obviously, Vegas, pitting these two teams pretty close to each other. I mean, the Cowboys are going to be a threat, no doubt.
Yeah.
They also have a good defense. What's the deal with Parsons? Parsons,
He's injured.
Well, it's a disease, Tony.
Parkinson's, dude. What's the deal?
What's the deal with that Parkinson's anyway?
Oh God, dude. Wow, dude.
And
really,
it's Trevor Lawrence's
look at this
25th
lightning.
birthday.
Trevor Lawrence's 25th birthday. He showed a sweet bolt ripping through the sky over here.
You like weather?
Do you like weather?
You appreciate it.
Lightning
You appreciate
storms
weather.
are pretty cool. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie, dude. I do appreciate being at home during a lightning
When
storm.
I was younger, I hated it. It was
Really?
kind of scary.
Scary?
Especially
The
with
thunder?
the thunderbolts.
Yeah.
No, that is the first time I remember being a
Yes.
kid. Like, yo, mom, like, what the fuck is going on?
A
nervous.
couple
Yeah.
of things, fellas, that we didn't touch on. How about the Broncos? They started 0-2.
That's right.
Look like they might get the number one
Knicks.
pick in the draft. All of a sudden, they've won their last three, 34-18 over the Raiders today. Bo Nix seems to be improving each game. Patrick Surtain had a
He's
100-yard pick six. Is Denver possibly a playoff team with this defense?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, listen. In terms of a playoff team, I guess if you want to take a gander at those standings, I suppose the Broncos are in I guess maybe a good position to get a wild card. Again, you have the Chiefs ahead of you, so it's kind of tough. You have to go for that wild card spot. So it's interesting, dude. You look at the last couple wins. They opened the season back-to-back losses. Seahawks, Steelers beat the Bucks 26-7, which kind of seemed like a flukish game in favor of the Bucks, which kind of is. Maybe they didn't play the best that they can, whatever. But I don't know. The Jets game was kind of crazy. 10-9 victory. That didn't really sell me on the Broncos here. But I guess today kind of an emphatic victory, 34-18.
Yeah.
But then again, the Raiders are yet again another year seemingly in shambles. Minshew, sideshow quarterback. Adams wants to get out of there. What's good over there?
Yeah. I think they didn't have the horses to begin with,
Right.
but I think some stuff in the locker room has also boiled over.
And it should be, again, whatever. It works in favor of the Broncos. Look at their schedule, too. They have Chargers coming up, which, Chargers have been kind of iffy, and then Saints and then Panthers. And, you could be winning easily 2 out of 3 of those games, if not 3 out of 3, which would obviously make you look pretty good for a wild card spot. But I would be interested to see what happens when they verse better teams like the Ravens or the Chiefs. I don't know. I think they would kind of fold. I'm not really sold on this team. I'm not really sold on Bo Nix yet. I guess.
agree.
But you know what's interesting? They play the Ravens and the Chiefs back-to-back weeks, but leading up to that, Chargers, Saints, Panthers, all
very
winnable
easy.
games.
Yeah, exactly.
So if they do take care of business, then I think we can have at least a conversation. But it's been such a quick turnaround from the way the season started. It seemed like Sean Payton, this is not going to work out.
Yeah.
What an embarrassment! What a disaster! But then you look at the numbers here. This defense has only allowed 20 points once through the first 5 games, and has held the opponent in single digits 3 times. Clearly, they have one of the best, defenses in the league.
It does seem like that.
So if you, again, almost similar to the Steelers, you could get something going on offense. You never know. And they haven't played the Chiefs yet. Who knows? That might be a tough matchup for the Chiefs with this defense. And the way that the Chiefs, with their injuries, Pacheco and Rice, those are huge. And just overall, they haven't had the type of offense that we expect to see out of Kansas City.
Oh no, God, no, definitely not. And again, it does seem like many of these younger quarterbacks too. Bo Nix may be trending in the right direction, but I just think if he was pressed by a tough defense, a better team, I don't know how well he would do because he does not throw the ball very well downfield. And again, just to have that reaction, I think he hasn't really had a ton of that so far through this season because of the teams they played. Say what you will about those, these 3 wins in a row. I mean, they're getting these wins, so you can't really say much. But it just seems that they're kind of like skating through these games by the skin of their chin. And again, it just seems like that their schedule was very front loaded in terms of like easy teams or not competitive teams.
Right.
So I don't know. I think it'll take some time to see what happens. These next 2 weeks, who do we say they're playing?
The Saints and the Chargers.
And
Chargers
the Panthers.
first.
Okay, yeah. So those 3 games. I mean, like you have to have like definitive victories. Be looking like an H team.
Right.
So I guess time will tell, dude. I mean, but what do you think? Like these 3 games, you think they're going 3-0? They're going 2-3?
I think they're going to at least go 2-1. And I think the defense is a problem. And we've seen, teams that are powered by their defense, make the playoffs and win playoff games. So I think something that, that proposition looks so ridiculous. And now I just think, it's not out of the question.
Yeah. I mean, listen, it should be interesting to see. They do have, other talent across the team as well. So you think Peyton is doing a good enough job?
At least his defense is. Obviously, he's an offensive guy.
Yeah.
But it's just been a quick turnaround because they have been one of the laughing stocks in the league the past 5-6 seasons.
Oh, certainly, dude. And even with Peyton coming in here, the ridicule he's taken, just by the way, things he said to the media, the way he's running the team, and whatnot, and of course, not to mention, the results just have not been there for them. But yeah, I guess on the other side of things, what are the Raiders? Are they going to be trending downward?
Yeah, but going into the year, come on, really. I think the realistic win expectation there was probably 6 or 7 wins. They weren't a playoff team.
Weren't they your dark horse playoff team?
No, definitely not. No way.
I think you were the Minshew.
No, I expected more out of Minshew, but I think there's still not enough talent.
A lot left to be desired, dude.
Yeah.
And again, it just seems that there's just trouble outside of the game. What the hell, man?
So it'll be interesting to see what they do moving forward. What do you think about the Packers? They were a surprise team last year, making the playoffs, winning that playoff game against Dallas, almost going to the Super Bowl, which really would have been something. Jordan Love, that interception late against San Francisco. They started 0-2. Love gets hurt in the opener. All of a sudden, they've won 3 in a row. And Jordan Love, in his second game back today, looked pretty good. And it just seems like he has so many weapons, and he's comfortable really throwing to a number of different Green Bay receivers.
Yeah, dude. Actually, totally an all-team love here for the Packers. Was definitely, impressed with their showing. Last year, youngest team in the league, knocking out the Cowboys. I think there's a bright future here for the Packers, which again, storied franchise, always kind of have a soft spot, I suppose, for, an organization like that.
Fans on the team.
Yeah, fans on the team. It just seems like a great, you've been there.
Yeah.
You've been to Lambeau.
What an environment.
It's
we got to go there,
dude. And on top of that, having a quarterback like Jordan Love, I think it's just tremendous for them. Again, 224 through the air, solid, 2 throwing touchdowns, the 1 pick, but obviously didn't really matter as much here. Green Bay, kind of shuts the door, 24-19 against the Rams. Team we talked about being a little bit in trouble themselves, but you were mentioning, the targets. I think Jaden Reed is having a tremendous year so far as a target. Even when Jordan Love was out, he was still a primary target for his quarterback. When we look at his stats so far here, 336 yards receiving. That's 8th in the league right now. And it's just nice to see that. It's a 24-year-old out of Michigan State, Matthew. And then on top of that, who was the other guy? Tucker Kraft was the guy with a big day today. 4 receptions, 88 yards. And of course, we know about Josh Jacobs out of the backfield as well.
And I don't think he's gotten going yet, but I think as the season goes on, we'll see him kind of get more comfortable there. New team, first time switching sides, since he's been in the NFL. So
yeah.
I think he's going to be good. I think this team is dangerous. And Jordan Love, too, when he first came into the league, he wasn't known as a running quarterback, but that's something that he's added to his game as well. He is a threat running the ball. So I think at the end of the day, Green Bay, is dangerous. So it'll be interesting to see down the stretch, where they find themselves. But I'm sure it's going to be in the thick of the playoff picture.
I would think so, too. I mean, they have a solid defensive core as well. 3 sacks today with a pick. Against a team like the Rams, too. I mean, that's pretty solid.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was just taking a look here. Wow, it's really coming down.
It is
so
monsooning.
Who knows when this game will start? But it definitely is unfortunate those who bought the tickets for this game to have to deal with this on a Sunday night. Definitely not great, as you would say, Tony.
No, not at all. As we're seeing a few fans here, friendly fans of either team, both
terrible
teams.
Towels.
Steelers, terrible towels.
It seems like you're not a fan of that.
That's all right.
I thought you usually like gimmicks.
Why? No.
No.
Yeah.
Man,
your buddy's not here to
Muscle
fucking help you out. Yeah.
But just give us 1 second here. Okay. So you know how Tony seems like he likes them, like what we were talking about with "Oh my God" and like those grimace, all those things.
Yeah.
He said he doesn't like the terrible towel. A little contradictory,
Kind of, dude. I mean, it falls in the same family, Tony. It's the same shite, dude. It really is.
I mean, I'm not.
What do you think of the terrible towel?
Dude.
I mean, I think it's part of the tradition. It's fine.
I guess because it's been around a long time.
Yeah.
It's not like something out of the blue,
It's not like a big grimace randomly
fuck is that,
appearing
dude?
in center field.
Yeah, but see, like,
What's the issue with the terrible towel?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
See, I forgot that actually I could have went to Renee for help here.
Yeah.
But like, it's just like it's like a cool thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Tony has issues.
what's the issue with it?
Yeah. Let's hear it, Tony.
I mean, I don't know. I just thought it was kind of like a cheap little gimmick. I mean, you have the towel first of all, which I feel like other teams do.
So what's the issue then?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, if other teams have it too. Like,
Right. Well, I just feel like it's just the terrible. Like no one else calls it that.
Oh.
I'm with you, Renee. I don't know what he's saying, to be honest.
I think it's fun.
Have you been to a
Yeah.
Steelers game or no?
No.
Do you want to go?
Sure. If someone gives me a ticket.
Yeah. I mean, I want to go to that field. I mean, I think that would be a fun trip. It's a little bit of a drive.
Not right now.
But when you guys say like that's something on your bucket list or no?
Yeah, I guess so.
That'd be fun.
Now you're just saying this because you're talking about the terrible
I mean,
towel
it's
thing.
freaking Pittsburgh. I mean,
But you don't have a thing like with NFL, MLB, maybe NHL, where you want to see like all the arenas at some point?
Oh yeah, of course, dude. But not to see the Steelers. Like, I don't.
Josh B is on our side, by the way, Barnes.
Let's go.
That's fine.
Josh B knows it. By the way, 3-1 Padres, bottom 2. That was a crazy game last night.
Oh
Dodgers
my God,
ultimately ended up
ridiculous!
winning
Ohtani
7-5.
3-run blast.
Ohtani, 3-run blast. But what sport would you say if it was just you can only pick one? Would you be like, okay, I would love to see as many of that sports stadiums that you haven't been to?
I guess it would be baseball because so many of them are so different.
Uniqueness.
Yeah.
The other sports probably don't have as much difference in their design as baseball does.
No, not at all. I mean, the only thing that would be different really is the size, I guess.
Yeah. No, that is really what makes baseball special, and especially too the fact that if you think about it, it's the only sport that has differing dimensions.
Yeah, no, literally.
The outfield and everything.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, no other there's no basketball court that's larger than another one.
Yeah. I've asked Tony a million times where he wants to go the most, but what would you say for you, Matthew? Any sport, a stadium you haven't been to?
Oh man. Wow, that's a tough one, dude.
City Field.
I haven't been there. I'd like to go. I guess San Diego, actually.
You're out.
Yeah. Petco.
Tony's
That could be
route.
sick. Yeah, never been. Always wanted to go. Still want to go. As we're watching Rodgers' interception to end the game. I mean, it was just a piss poor placement, dude. I don't know what he's fucking arms up about, dude. 3 interceptions. Is his 6th career game with 3 interceptions, right?
I think that's what they said. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that's what they said, dude.
I mean, what are you gonna do though? Renee is having a chuckle.
Yeah, she's having a chuckle. I guess she's gonna go on to next week, I suppose, dude. Stupid freaking London.
I don't know
series.
though. Tony. I mean, I hate to be this guy. It's 5 games through the season, but it just feels like it's over. Like I know, like mathematically, of course, it's not close to over.
Yeah. I mean,
but morale wise, is it? You know?
I don't think so. I really do think players will step up. Rodgers has been in situations like this before. Like you saw that Garrett Wilson connection a little bit today. I think you would see better connection next week. So let's freaking go, dude. I mean, the Bills, not to right? The Bills next week, Monday night. We said,
but Bills coming off 2 losses. I mean, obviously, so are the Jets. I don't know,
man. I mean, the Bills had 2 tough losses back to back. Maybe that's the trend that they're going. Down.
No. What do you think happens next week, Matt? Bills, Monday Night Football.
Probably a beatdown.
Really?
Yeah.
Like Rodgers probably leaves in a cart.
Yeah, and then Salah's going to leave in a cart. Fired.
Yeah.
Wow. Pretty aggressive there, huh?
Yeah, very
Yeah,
aggressive,
because it's just beat. They're beat. They have no idea what's going on.
I mean, at least the game's at MetLife. I think, it would be tough going to
go?
Buffalo. You want to go, dude?
You want to go, dude?
No, dude.
I mean, any type of other sport during the MLB postseason is off limits in terms of spectating
Really?
until the MLB playoffs.
That's one of your rules?
Wouldn't you attest?
I attest, dude. I agree.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
All right.
gonna be interesting. But yeah, I mean, I think it was a great day. TCA. Obviously, it would have been nice for the Jets to win.
Oh, yeah, dude. That's
But-
for sure.
At the end of the day, I mean, it was a great time, and you just can't beat that. It was a great day, great weather as well.
Yeah, it was. Unlike in Pittsburgh, I mean, it was perfect weather here today, dude. I mean, sun's out, partly cloudy. Sometimes you get some shade, sometimes you don't. A little wind, a little warm. The beer pong, the food, the company.
Camaraderie.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Like you gotta love to see
The
that.
pizza.
The pizza, dude. Love pizza.
Yep.
But you can't go wrong with that, dude.
Anything in closing, Matthew?
What a hell of a day. I mean,
Right?
honestly. Yeah, great
Start
day
to
from
finish.
top to bottom, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
everything
Literally,
involved.
so eventful.
TCA, the games in the
Mhm.
morning, afternoon games.
Throw the
Then
ball.
throw the ball, and then here we are to cap it off.
That's
I mean,
right, dude. We did throw the
That's
ball
a hell of
today.
a day.
That's how you write it up.
That's a
That's how you
full,
chalk it up.
full day. That's
Literally
how you chalk it up. And
You know what I would
beautiful
compare
thing.
it to?
Dude. Beautiful thing.
Glaber single, Soto
Yeah.
walk, Judge 3-run homer.
What do you think about Gleyber Torres so far? Doing pretty well in the postseason.
Unbelievable. I mean, I think it really people are, it was a definite Tony,
Yeah.
that it's like there is no way in hell Yankees are going to bring back Torres. Now people are considering it.
Does it make you feel like kind of like
I
annoyed though?
I would only be okay with a 1-year pack, and I believe Matthew said the same thing earlier, right?
No doubt.
Do you think Gleyber Torres is okay with the 1 year?
No, but maybe he gets Jordan Montgomery where he's not getting the long-term deal,
Right.
so he wants to bet on himself.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I mean, it's good for him. All the best. Whatever, dude.
Yeah. So pumped for game 2 tomorrow at the stadium. We'll talk about that in the morning. But
Yes, dude.
But I
As
have
well
to
as some
say,
Mets
thank
in the
you once again to the Horseshoe. Always a great time here.
Tremendous
We
host.
appreciate the hospitality.
That's
Jeff killing it behind the bar.
Happy for his Giants to win, by the way.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
happy for his Giants to win. And we
Distracted,
really
working hard.
appreciate all of you who tuned in. And we encourage you to continue to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives on the YouTube page, Tony, Michael, Renee, and Jay in costume. The merch at downtimetv.com. Want everybody to enjoy your evening, and we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.